Namaskaram everyone. On the occasion of Diwali, I wanted to talk about Gautam Swami's Enlightenment Day. This is a very special story that I have heard of since I was a child, and it's really sweet actually, I would say. And I am especially interested in enlightenment stories because it's always intriguing for us sadhakas, like how somebody actually got enlightened, like some points about it. It's always nice to listen. Hey everyone, so I'm sitting in the kitchen of my house. I've shot a few more videos here, but I usually did those vertical because when I did the horizontal, you can see this is my masala dabbas. But the wall is very nice. This is the wall actually. These are tile pictures. But the masala dabbas and all, it's reasonably neat. So I thought it's fine if it comes. I like this space a lot because right in front of me there's a very nice window with a really nice view. And the kitchen in my house is actually the only completely set up place. All my stuff is here. I sit to eat here. Sometimes I work also from here because I have a nice the kitchen parapet, So when I clean it up and I can put my laptop and work. I've done multiple videos on the Jain Diwali. One of the main things about the Jain Diwali is that it's a happy and sad affair, mainly because Mahavir Swami, the last Tirthankar of this half yug cycle, basically he left his body. He took Nirvana and he's left his body. So it is a very sad thing, obviously, because this enlightened being, this great master, is now gone. But it is also considered a very, very celebratory occasion because anybody who leaves out of their own choice is always a celebratory occasion. And because what one of the monks said is that Mahavir Swami left the pains and miseries of this world behind and he became free of it all finally. Because if you listen to Mahavir Swami's life story, even before he got enlightened and all, he went through, even after he got enlightened for that matter, he went through a lot of difficulties actually. It's very typical of Jainism. Jain stories are very harsh actually. It's like little bad karma you have done some many births ago. This birth you will have a very big punishment. Mahavir Swami also went through a lot of very big punishments. So he left all of this behind, this karmic cycles, and he left his body for the last time. So it is very celebratory, and basically the thing is that in order to commemorate this person, that this great light has left, but we will light diyas around us. We will put backlights like this to make to lighten up the world in our own way. So on the Amavasya, basically the night of Amavasya, Mahavir Swami leaves his body. He takes Nirvana and he leaves. And then the next day, which is considered the Kartik Sood Ekam. So the next day, the new year begins. And the reason for the Jain community, the reason is Mahavir Swami's Nirvana only, because it was such a huge occasion that made sense to have the next new year take place after him. So the traditional Indian New Year that we follow is Vir Samvat. If you have heard of the Vikram Samvat and the Vir Samvat calendars, then the Jain people will have the Vir Samvat. That Vir Samvat comes from Mahavir Swami. So the Vir Samvat is said to represent Mahavir Swami's Nirvana day. So the Vir Samvat year, this year is basically 2552. That is 2552 years have passed since the Nirvana of Mahavir Swami. To know more about the Vir Samvat and Vikram Samvat calendars, the traditional Indian calendars, just check the link in my description, because I had written a pretty nice blog on it which became quite popular, and every time this new year comes I get many hits on it. So now coming to Gautam Swami. So Gautam Swami was basically the first disciple of Mahavir Swami. He is extremely acclaimed, like very, very acclaimed within the Jain lore. For example, if they are attributing great qualities, right? Like if you are asking God for certain great qualities, like you usually do, no? If, for example, to Saraswati Ma, you will ask for the ability to learn really well, then you will say that grant me the ability to learn so well as this person. Same way for Gautam Swami, they will say the Labdhi. Labdhi is basically abundance, there will be no lack of anything, abundance of all kinds of things, of knowledge, of character, of everything. There will be great Labdhi, which is abundance. So this Gautam Swami basically had, even after he became the Gandhar, the first disciple of Mahavir Swami, he basically had abundance of so many things. He has given Diksha to lots of people under him, and so many of them got enlightened. And it is basically the thing that Jain monks would do, right? Different monks will go and they'll walk around, and every now and then when they find the right candidate or a bunch of people, then they will give discourses and stuff. In that process, so many people got enlightened under Gautam Swami. And the way they will say is that when Mahavir Swami himself will give the discourse, the seating arrangement is such that the monks who are not enlightened will sit in one place, and the monks, those who have gotten enlightened, will sit in another place. And so many people that Gautam Swami brought and under him got enlightened, and they started sitting in this place. And Gautam Swami continued sitting here, and it was just such an astonishing and surprising thing, because he could give the kind of discourse where other people were getting enlightened, but he himself did not get enlightened. So a lot of great qualities of him are eulogized, but what's the very interesting part that this video is about is the fact that why didn't he get enlightened? The way the story goes is that on the Diwali Amavasya, everyone knows that Mahavir Swami is now ready to leave his body. All the gods and everyone has gathered, and all the Shishyas have gathered. Mahavir Swami already gave a long discourse of 2 whole days non-stop in the past 2 days, and I've done a video about it. This whole discourse is captured in a book called sutra called Uttaradhyayan Sutra. I've also done a couple of videos on those uttaradhyayan sutras, so you can check those out. All of this is happening. Everyone pretty much knows that Mahavir Swami is ready to leave his body. On the day of Diwali, when Mahavir Swami goes into the final phase of the whole discourse and all, he basically thinks about Gautam Swami, and he tells Gautam Swami that, see, in the nearby village there is that farmer. So you give him some, you go and give him some discourse or give him some gnan, so he'll get enlightened. You go and do that and come. So Gautam Swami left. Gautam Swami is this one-pointed person. The moment Mahavir Swami will utter a word, he will not think one or two, he'll simply follow. So he didn't think anything and he left. He didn't thought about, oh, all of this is happening, such a big occasion is taking place here, Mahavir Swami may leave his body anytime, and now Mahavir Swami is telling me to leave. He didn't think anything. He one-pointedly just left, and he went to that village which is just nearby, and he gave enlightenment to that person, and he was on the way to return because it was done. It didn't take much time. And so he was on the way to return, but by the time Mahavir Swami finished his last section of the discourse, and he left his body. The moment Mahavir Swami left his body, there's a whole, you can feel it in the ambience, and all the energies and all changed, and they will say all the gods have arrived, and everyone, there's so much of halbal, no? So much of chaos and noise actually because of it. And so Gautam Swami in that village realizes, and he's shocked beyond comparison, that how is it possible that I have spent my whole life in absolute devotion to this person, and in the last moment of enlightenment he asked me to leave. He didn't even wait for me because he was just going to return. If he would have waited just another few hours or so, he may have returned also. So that whole time Gautam Swami goes through massive turmoil, and within a few hours after that he gets enlightened. So finally, after Mahavir Swami leaves, just on the next day, which is Kartik Sudekam, which is the first day of the new year, it is also Gautam Swami's enlightenment day. It's a great momentous occasion because this was such an unclaimed student, and he was held back from enlightenment because of that one strand, and that strand was basically his attachment to Mahavir Swami. He had so much love for his guru that it kept him binded, it bound him. It would not leave him, and he could not get enlightened. And that is why Mahavir Swami, just when he was going to leave his body, he knew what was the situation with Gautam Swami. So he basically sent him away and did this kind of a harsh behavior for this same reason, because in that whole action, Gautam Swami's moh or attachment to his guru broke, and then he got enlightened. And yeah, that's the story. It's a lovely story, don't you think? What do you think about it? So it's a very beautiful story. Having said that, for most of us, as Sadhguru says, the Guru is the path, and he is the one that really takes us forward. So both of these truths exist basically. It's like how even Ramakrishna Paramhansa, when he was not able to reach the final stage of enlightenment, he finally had to become nirmoha of Maa Kali also. It's the same thing. There is, because you have the more, and then I think what happens is you basically have a lot of different desires, and you start making it one pointed towards your guru and your path. Finally, there is that one massive desire on the path and on of the guru that carries you forward, and then finally there you have to go beyond that also. So it's a very beautiful story of Gautam Swami. Like, one of the things I recently heard is, look at all the great qualities of Gautam Swami. Like, if, for example, take this fact only, that on the day of Diwali, when Mahavir Swami told him to go, he left. There was no different thinking on his end, because he took the master's word as it. But if we were there in their place, just think of how duplicitous our own mind would be. Like, take Sadhguru for example. You see those absolutely mob type of people will also get attracted to him, and they'll come behind him. If he himself will tell that please give me some space so I can walk around, they will not allow him to walk around. They just stick near him. So this is a very base bhav. These people are very, I don't know what to call it. I mean, let me not take judgmental words, because they are probably in some place of their spiritual path. They are in some place, where they have that very bad kind of attachment of the guru. But it has actually happened in front of me. I was in one program and Sadhguru was there. And these people just flocked around him, and literally I've heard him tell them that, look, if you give me space, I will actually walk around. A lot of you can even talk to me. That much he has told. But those people, I don't know, is their mind not working? They refused to. They did not allow him. And then finally he was just, because he was almost like mobbed, So then he finally just went off. What will he do then? And those mob type people, he can't even talk to them, because they are in that frenzy. They won't like. So all of, when we listen to the story of these great beings, then we can understand what kind of qualities they had. It allows us to also be inspirational. It is very inspirational.